Hi guys, we are in the second week of our series called Burned, and we are just throughout the series we are looking at one of my favorite things, fire. More specifically, we are looking at how God throughout the generations has revealed himself to us through fire. Really cool idea, and I just think it's really cool that we have a God who chooses to reveal himself to us through something as cool as fire. So it's really awesome, and tonight's going to be great because tonight, if you were to think of what is the natural enemy of fire, you'd probably think it's water, right? So tonight we're going to look at this episode of this epic battle between fire and water, and actually that is found in the Bible. And let me give you a little bit of background here before we get started, because to understand this battle, you really need to understand the history here. So this will be real quick, don't worry. But this story, it takes place in Israel, and it takes place in a time in Israel's history that is just marked by evil kings. If you read the chapters before it, it keeps on saying, the writer keeps on saying, and this king did evil in the sight of the Lord. And I don't know about you, but if someone writes a history book that has me in it, I really don't want them to be saying, and Andrew did evil in the sight of the Lord. No, that's not really a good thing. So these weren't good kings. And I think it's also interesting you notice that it says that they did evil in the sight of the Lord, but not necessarily in evil in the sight of the people. It seems like all the people of Israel were just kind of going along with whatever the kings were doing because they were the king after all. So the kings not only were doing evil, but they were leading all the people of Israel in doing this evil. And so it keeps going on through all these different kings, and the Bible keeps on showing the kings getting worse and worse and worse. In fact, the writer says of the two kings before we get to our king now, says that they did more evil than all who were before them. Whew, that's a lot of evil. So we're kind of at this point, this kind of pinnacle of evilness in the nation of Israel. So it's kind of important. And we're looking at this one king who is the worst out of all the kings of Israel out of all time. And his name was Ahab. So what made Ahab so bad? Let me explain this to you. All the kings before him have worshipped the god of the people that lived all around them. And you might have heard of this god. His name was Baal. Right? Anybody hear Baal? Right. Well, when we get to Ahab, he not only worships Baal, he openly worships Baal. He embraces Baal. He endorses Baal. He builds a temple for Baal. In the capital city, he marries a Baal worshiper from another country named Jezebel, who's a bad person. It even says that the priests of Baal ate at the royal tables in the royal palaces. So it's basically meaning that Baal worship had become the state religion. So this guy is the worst, and you can see why. Now let me tell you something about Baal that you probably don't know. Baal is considered the storm god. And that means like he's the guy that if they want a storm, if they want rain, they're going to pray to Baal. And so Baal is kind of represents water in this story, because water for them is just, it's as it is for us, water is essential for life. And Baal gave that water through rains. At least that's what people thought. So Baal has become essential to life, and Baal equals water. So let me just show you here. I'm going to drink some water and see how this goes. That's good stuff. So here we have water. Okay, so here we got water. I think that's pretty cool facts. And water is essential to life, and so here's Baal. And now this is where it gets good, and this is where the battle starts, is when Baal is kind of flowing and everyone's worshiping Baal, here comes this guy named Elijah. And Elijah, he comes in when Baal worship is at its highest point. So Baal has become essential to life, and here comes Elijah coming in. And Elijah, this is great, Elijah's name literally means, my God is Yahweh. So even just showing up with that name, Elijah, Yahweh is this God who constantly reveals himself through fire. And so we have this guy who, even his name is defying the fact that everyone else is worshiping Baal. He said, my God is Yahweh. So he comes in, and here's this God revealing himself through fire. So check this out. Oh, that goes down a little bit rougher. So here we have this fire, and we see this epic battle between fire and water in this awesome story. God, Yahweh, here he is, revealing himself through fire, and he comes in through Elijah, and Elijah starts coming in and challenging Baal in all sorts of different ways. And we see this epic battle between fire and water. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So that's where we're going tonight. I hope you guys stick with us as we go, and we'll just kind of see where this battle leads between fire and water. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We bust out even the special effects for you guys, and so I just hope you guys enjoy this night and check it out. And let me pray. I'm gonna come up on stage and pray, and we'll get to it. Thanks, guys.